Hello, Lou Hamilton from Audible Elegance here in Cincinnati, Ohio. We are located in Montgomery, Ohio, also known as Cincinnati, Ohio, a couple doors north of the original Montgomery Inn and across the street from Montgomery Cyclery. And we do work as a monthly blog on our website that I write. We do work on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And so take a look at those. They're not always the same. Today I'm wearing what I call my dress whites in honor and respect of all of the nursing staff that took care of my wife as she received her second heart transplant. And they did a lot of work in the cardiac ICU as her first transplanted heart was failing. And then the crew at ICU took two different types of talent. One of handling somebody who was sedated, and then a whole different set of parameters for somebody who was waking up. Very interesting to see. I didn't get to see it the first time because I couldn't be in the hospital due to COVID. Remember those protocols? Yuck. Okay, today I want to talk about mail ordering used gear. And the angle I'm going to go at is getting your product safely and what happens when things go wrong. So we run an orphanage. We have this on our website where we offer used gear for sale principally. We also have started adding new product. We also put a number of the orphanage items on different sites, primarily eBay. And you'll notice within the ads, we'll say, we're not shipping. And I've had to add it, please don't ask. And let me explain this for everybody. Common carriers, this can be FedEx, this can be UPS, it could be a freight company, particularly freight companies, and Postal Service will not honor insurance claims on products unless they are shipped in the original factory material. That's the box, that's the packing material. And the more rare the item is or long discontinued, this demand for that type of packing goes through the roof. Now, you can perhaps use, UPS and FedEx, they have packing stations and they pack it up. And you think you've got FedEx insurance. Not really. That is covered by the franchisee's insurance with whom you would have to make a claim. And, I have seen very heavy power amplifiers put in a nice box but full of peanuts. And so when that thing got shipped, it got bounced all over the place, and it wound up dented and everything else. Perhaps the franchisee insurance would cover that. I'm not sure. But as a seller, particularly on most sites, if you ship something and it arrives damaged at the buyer's address, they'll have a right to return it, which means you have a refund on the item itself, plus you're also paying the shipping back. So you're out shipping times two. So I don't encourage people to ship things unless they have the original boxes. We won't do it because we have already been down this path. We even double cartoned an amplifier. It was a Rotel, I think like a 1095 or something like that. And it was double cartoned extremely well. Unfortunately, it went into the Boston area, which is notorious for destroying damn near anything. And it got beaten up. And at that time, UPS told us to go fly a kite. They would not cover it. So unfortunately, it was a customer's consignment piece. We wound up having to buy it, pay the customer for the sale price, because of the failure of the packing. So we don't go there anymore. Now, if you start talking about shipping speakers and such, God help you. Because even factory packing on speakers may be insufficient against the handling that they're going to get. And we've had new speakers, have rods, right through the box and through the speaker. That happened to a pair of Teals. We've had speakers where the box is completely split open and it looked like oil from NASCAR was spilled all over it. That stuff happens when you're using, freight companies. So Orphanage limits shipping to where we have original factory packing. That's the styrofoam and the box. And otherwise we don't. And the condition of the box is very important because a lot of people like to store them in their damp basements. So by the time you got the box, it's half delaminated on itself, and that ain't gonna fly. So you may get away with double cartoning it, which I would recommend in that case, because at least you're preserving the spirit of how it's packed. But a lot of those boxes, we've had them come in where we had to throw the boxes out because they were all full of mold. So I don't want to get anybody sick by getting something like that. So we have to say, we're not shipping. So that's my take on buying used gear. If you're the buyer and something winds up screwed up, you have the ability to run it, right back at the seller. But if you're a seller, you're running all the risk. Damage to your product and shipping times too. Your call, it's your life. Thank you.